After 18 months, a family of Mr. Ugochukwu Onyenehigo has finally reunited with their child and his grandmother, who were allegedly held in a Port Harcourt hospital for 13 months over unpaid medical bills totaling 4.6 million naira. The case gained public attention after the hospital refused to release the pair following the mother's death during a preterm delivery. The Rivers State government later intervened through the Ministry of Health. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Daisy Orie, said the hospital denied any detention, explaining that the baby had been under medical care in its neonatal intensive care unit. The matter was later referred to the police and a juvenile court. After weeks of dialogue and legal review, the hospital released the baby named Miracle and his grandmother on Wednesday. The family confirmed their return home after reaching a payment agreement with the hospital. A humanitarian who advocated for the family's relief, Tari Bozimo, commended the state government and the hospital for resolving the matter peacefully. Mr. Onyenehigo expressed gratitude to the public and government for their support while appealing for help to clear the remaining 2.7 million naira hospital debt. This report did break a few weeks ago. It was a viral report where a family was held in the hospital after the mother of a baby went into preterm labor and had this baby, and she passed away after having the baby. And then the family wasn't let to take the baby out because for the first 3 months, this baby was incubated, and catered for by the hospital. But when it was time to leave, the family was told they have a hospital bill of 6.5 million to pay. The husband said, okay, I'm going to do a deposit real quick of 2.5 so my family can come out, then we can create a payment plan, which was totally refused by the said hospital. And the grandmother and the newborn baby were detained in that hospital for about 11 months, even though right now the River State government has intervened. But what are your thoughts on this report, and what is the state and future of our healthcare system?
Okay, I think I can hear you now. I think I lost you there for a bit.
I'm not hearing from here. Me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Sam, why is this my speaker?
There should have been health insurance to cover at least a large portion of the cost. But in any case, the withholding both the child and the grandma for 13 months, 10 months, okay, they said they were keeping the child for 3 months in the incubator, but that extra 10 months was completely uncalled for, in my opinion. I mean, you can see both sides of the argument. Yes, they also felt they had to recover the cost. And on the man's end, if you put yourself in the shoe, you can understand the frustration. You lost your wife, you're not even allowed to mourn because you have to take care of your child. And now, instead of taking care of your child, you have to bother about either your mom or your wife's mom being held by the hospital until you clear some things. So it's a large phenomenon, and just goes to show the state of Nigeria and Nigerians.
Right. Now, the River State government has, come through to kind of bridge the gap and intervene in this particular situation. For many years, and most reports we get to hear, you'd say, okay, this family, they were unable to make a deposit of, this amount asked by the hospital, so a patient was refused. Now, how do you see the grand scale of things as regards the hospital wanting to treat patients without a form of deposit when you look at this report?
wanting to, well, like I said, you can kind of understand on both sides why what happened has happened. You know, with the hospital, perhaps the patient, the man felt it was supposed to be a simple procedure. From what I understand, the man goes in, she gives birth, it stays maybe a couple of days, and then she's gone. But everything that could have gone on was mature. So maybe it was in the extra care that perhaps of the originally anticipated. The mother lost her life, so that added a different level of complications. So everything that could have gone on with the case, and I feel that was what in effect added to the level and the cost which they got to.
So you still think in subsequent cases, you know, because this can be an isolated case, as it were. In subsequent cases, right, and when this happens, where is the place, when you look at it, of leniency as regards someone just lost his wife, a newborn baby just lost her child, a grandmother just lost her child, right? Where is the place of leniency in medical practice, you know, by this report?
The place of leniency. The fact that, you know, it's a bit understood, everybody has their own perspective in this, and all sides are understandable. I thought it was a bit inhumane because I cannot imagine how much stress that man has gone through losing his wife, and then his child is being held, and the grandchild that has also been held by this same hospital. So I felt the hospital could have, because the man stated that he wanted them to allow my baby and the grandma go. I would be paying you guys. To give me people on that works. They said from earlier reports, they said no, that they were going to hold him until the payment was cleared. It was only because this story went viral and the government got involved. The law was from that the hospital eventually decided to allow them go home, which there was no display of leniency, there was no display of compassion towards the predicament of that man. So I feel there are certain cases where this is one of them, where you should know when to be lenient, you should know when not to press too hard, because the man had already lost his wife. Right. Now, he has not gotten to see his child at home, he has to come every day to visit his child in a hospital. The transportation, if you want to factor in transportation costs alone, probably from work to his home to the hospital and back and everything, the transportation costs, if you want to pay transportation costs, you could have gone a long way to cover at least some part of the people bills. Right. All that moving around to see his care.
Right. Now, for other, you know, this got me thinking about other civilized nations. I did stumble on a report a few months ago where a lady was talking about a Nigerian that had, you know, at the time relocated, was talking about how she was treated when she got to her then country of, you know, residence, how she didn't get to spend a dime because she didn't even have the said amount, the said money. But the hospital, the government did take her in, you know, factored in her treatment, all of the things her baby was going to need. She did not pay for even the clothes her baby got to wear. You know, because Nigeria is still a developing nation, and in real time, we are trying to factor in several things are coming into play as regards how to make us, you know, be better, how to be more developed as a people. Do you think that we should insist more on training and everybody getting, the same way we are insisting on everybody getting to pay tax in the coming year from January 1st, do you think we should also factor in insurance policies into this? So for when you cannot handle these responsibilities, if it's a mandatory requirement, then you get your insurance firm to handle it for you. Do you think that should be a mandatory requirement for families at this time?
I think insurance is something that's critical. Health insurance specifically is something that's critical. Now, back to the instance you gave of the lady that went abroad and had a child. That is particularly when Nigerians have an issue with this reform, this new tax laws that are taking effect from January of 2026. Because you pay and you reap the reward. You have constant light. You have access to cheaper health care and better health care. But when we come to Nigeria, we want to apply taxation laws as applied over there. without the applications that is given over there. Over you're paying your taxes, you're seeing the benefits, getting okay. You know that your healthcare is taken care of to a large extent. Your electricity distribution and provision is well maintained. But then when it comes to Nigeria and we're preaching tax laws and paying your taxes and new taxes and additional taxes on various things, but the citizens are not reaping the rewards. We're suffering from a faulty system, but the system continues to leak. The system shows no sign of slowing down anytime soon. So genuinely, I feel if we're going to, that's why particularly that's the problem with the tax laws.
Okay.
Where does it state, okay, this is what we're going to do to focus on healthcare, this is what we are paying for, show people what their money is going to. Let them see how this is what we got, this is what was spent on healthcare, this is what was spent on education, this is what was spent on so many other issues affecting the country. I mean, you see people will be eager to pay taxes because they can feel the rewards. They know they are seeing the reward, benefiting from the rewards of their taxes.